Sniper here, and this is episode number 15, season number 6, with our career mode with West Ham United. As you can see, we will be playing Norwich City at home, and the team is looking pretty damn good. Bassey's going to be getting a run out, Indy's going to be getting a run out, and yes, you just seen him walk through a screen. That is the young Danny Barrera. Danny Barrera, who is doing so fantastically well. He actually looks quite similar to Butland, which is quite amusing, but no, it's Danny Barrera. You can tell it's Barrera because he has the different coloured boots. He has the blue boots. Fantastic young Spanish goalkeeper. Have a quick look at the table. Okay, we're now 4 points behind Chelsea. You know, 2 losses has cost us heavily. 4 draws has cost us heavily. But we do have those 12 victories, which is fantastic. We've never been in such a good position at this time during any of our seasons. So I'm really chuffed at where the lads are. They've been working extremely hard. And as you can see, Norwich come out of the traps at 100 miles an hour. Early doors, they do think they've got the goal, but thankfully it was offside. Barrera, they're a little bit slow to react, but at the end of the day, he's a young lad. You know, he was in no man's land. He should have come for it. He hesitated. Fortunately for us, it was given as offside. But Danny Barrera makes up for it straight away. I mean, he charged out, closed it down. The ricochet, well, for Norwich, luckily fell to Snodgrass. But for us, he put it over the top, which was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But look at Olajuwon trying to get himself involved. The ball to Filippo. Filippo with a fantastic shot. Unfortunately, the keeper gets a really strong hand to it, pushes it around the post. We have the corner. We swing it in. We get the header. And again, Ruddy with a really, really simple save, which was a little bit unfortunate for us. But it's nice to see Kyle Walker back. As you know, he was sent off not long ago for a bit of a rash challenge. I still feel it was a fair challenge. Referee was a bit harsh for him. And look at Eduardo with the silkies. Gets the low shot. Not much power in it, but the daisy cutter goes in at the near post after 32 minutes to give us a well-deserved lead. And looking at that piece of goalkeeping, it just kicked something in my head. Back in episode 14, someone wrote in the comments that you changed the sliders to make your goalkeeper worse. So thus, I'm curating the storyline. I just want to say that is the most ridiculous, most stupid comment I think I've ever had the misfortune to have to read in my entire life. What a goal. What a goal from Snodgrass in the 43rd minute. There was nothing Danny Barrera could do about that. I mean, you look at this goal, it is just absolutely pinpoint. Absolutely fantastic. Barrera nearly gets a hand to it. If he gets a hand to it, he's saving it. But unfortunately, he does not get a hand to it and it goes in. This is a great angle for it. Absolutely fantastic angle. You watch it swing over the wall. It's so close. So yes, no. Something I seem to have to justify over and over again at this moment in time is people saying, oh, you use your sliders for this, you use your sliders for that. The sliders don't get touched. If you can't accept that Filippo Bonaperti has like 90 odd shot power, if you shoot from like 40 yards, it's like a biblical nuclear missile. It's unbelievable. It's like an absolute rocket launcher. I can't believe that went in on the 45th minute. Norwich take a lead. Barrera literally millimetres away from pushing that round the post. Got a feel for the lad. You know, half time, 2-1 down. We were playing well. Danny Barrera was doing really, really well. And unfortunately to concede 2 goals. I mean, let's be honest, the goal by Snodgrass was absolutely fantastic. We cannot have any complaints for poor Danny Barrera whatsoever. You know, he'd done a very, very good job, and it was just really, really unfortunate. It kicks me into life because the boys weren't performing, and I decided to make 3 substitutes at half-time, bring the boys on. The second half kicked off. We didn't really get involved. We were very, very, very shabby. I've got to say against Norwich, we were really, really shabby. But look at Barrera again, coming out and showing that he's got a really good physical side to his game, that he's not scared of these players. He's not scared to come out and get hurt. Again, oh, so close. He nearly got a hand to it, hit the post luckily, but Martin's Indy gave away a penalty. I personally feel it wasn't a penalty, but there wasn't much we could do at the end of the day. The referee felt it was. I put my faith in Danny Barrera. If he does concede, he concedes. As you can see, it was a fantastic chip penalty there by Russell, and unfortunately Danny Barrera did concede his 3rd goal, but I hold nothing against him. He played so well in this game that to concede 3 goals is just not telling the true story for how he actually played. As you can see there, we got a tackle in there with, I think it was Callis, but somehow their players just riding the tackles. Bennett picks the ball up, and again, he just rid the tackles, weaved in and out, and slotted the ball home, which was really, really unfortunate. But Destro trying to pump some life back into West Ham, breaking forward, unleashing from about 25 yards into the bottom corner, running with a goalkeeping error. He pushes that in himself instead of around the post, and unfortunately we do slip up and lose 4-2 at home to Norwich, which is a great shame. It wasn't the greatest of games that we've ever had, but Danny Barrera, for me, was man of the match. He pulled off some absolutely magnificent saves, and it was just really unfortunate that we conceded so many goals. But I kept faith with Danny Barrera because I feel that he's a goalkeeper that will be absolutely sensational in a few seasons, and I feel it's worth, swapping out Butland. Butland is at this moment in time having a few issues. He's not on top form. He will admit that himself. He hasn't been on top form since he signed his new contract. Perhaps it's the money that has gone to his head. He's been buying cars, he's been buying this, he's been buying that. Perhaps it's all gone to his head a little bit. But we'll just have to wait and see how it turns out for him. But at this moment in time, Danny Barrera is getting a good couple of games under his belt, which I feel is only fair. And it's nice to see our young players coming through and having the ability to play in our first team. We're willing to take those risks, and I feel it's fantastic. A lot of people have been saying in the media that we shouldn't be risking so much, I should say, with youth players. But at the end of the day, if they're good enough, then they should be in the team. That's my philosophy. It's that simple. If they are good enough to be on that pitch, they should be in that team. I was a little bit panicky there that it was going to be a penalty, but thankfully it wasn't. But we pick up the play with Pogba, knocking the ball out to that right-hand side with Lamela. Lamella's been quiet over the last few games, trying to create something himself. Does a nice little roulette to try and tease the Sunderland defenders, breaking down that right-hand side, utilising his very close control and skills, getting to that byline, but unfortunately, little bit too much ball greed there from himself. He didn't take the opportunity to cross the ball. He had a good opportunity to cross it. He neglected to do it. It's a bit frustrating. But look at Filippo Bonaperti picking up the ball, anchors a space. They're just walking away from it. And what an absolutely biblical shot. 31 minutes gone, and that has to be the best goal I have scored in a career mode. That must have been, 45 yards out, and finally, one of them have gone in. Filippo Bonaperti has been trying that for 6 seasons, and finally, in season 6, he has recorded a 40-yard screamer. Well, it wasn't really a screamer, but it was a 40-yarder. Absolutely fantastic play. Pogba picking up the ball, knocking it into Gabbiadini. Gabbiadini with a beautiful shot onto the post. And how unfortunate was that? We were really buzzing. Confidence was flowing after that Filippo goal. Absolutely everybody was high and really happy. The crowd were going mental. The away supporters, all 3,500 of them that travelled up to Sunderland, were just making so much noise. It was fantastic. So we walked in at half-time, strolling in. Adrian with that swagger. Look at Martins Indy with his arms cocked out, with that beautiful swagger's back. I love it when our boys swagger. They are just absolutely fantastic. So we had the 1-0 lead, playing the better football. Lamela getting cocky on the ball, which is fantastic. When he plays with confidence, he plays well. The same with Adrian. Martins Indy pushing forward, knocking the ball back into Pogba. Pogba, lots of time to give it to Gabbiadini. Gabbiadini trying to work it onto his right foot, trying to put it back onto his left foot. He had the opportunity to shoot with his right foot, but he doesn't have much faith with it. But look at Pogba showing his strength, his power to get that ball. Fantastic play, knocking it through to Adrian. Look at Adrian. He just blasts past the defender, slots the ball home after 69 minutes to give us a well and truly deserved 2-0 lead. And look at that, he goes over to the Sunderland supporters and gives them the hero, which is fantastic. Filippo picking up the ball, nice little turn back inside, plays a very nice ball into Adrian. Adrian moving forward yet again, plenty of time, plenty of space, plays it into Destro. Destro, all the time in the world, picks his slot and shoves it home after 84 minutes, which was absolutely fantastic and well deserved. And it was one of those games I was so chuffed to see, because the boys had put in so much hard work in the few days after the defeat against Norwich. And it was so nice to see them deliver and get the goals that they deserve. Look at Destro teasing Sunderland, knocking it into Lamela. Lamela breaks into the box. Lamela slams the ball home after 89 minutes to give us a convincing 4-0 victory. That's the way it finished. Sunderland 0, West Ham United 4. An absolute screamer from 40 yards from Filippo Bonaperti, followed up by Adrian, Destro and Lamela. Absolutely sensational play, absolutely sensational game, and the boys were absolutely sensational for me, personally. So, transfer market information. Yes, it's that time. The window is now here. The window is upon us. It's open. It's time to spend some cash. It's time to spend some cash. As you can see, Massey's being tracked by Chelsea. Nastasic is being tracked by Chelsea. One of our targets is Nastasic. Used to play in the BPL, obviously, with Manchester City. Went to Bayern Munich. And obviously he's a player that we're very, very interested in. I think he could offer a great deal to the club, especially with Stefan. You know, Stefan could be going to Chelsea, could be going to Bayern Munich. We'll have to wait and see. As you can see from our youth squad report, we have a lot of superstar potential players in there. Absolutely fantastic to have this sort of calibre of youth players at the moment. You know, it's just unbelievable. I mean, look at Stuart Perk. 90 to 94 potential is just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm really looking forward to see how he grows. Going to be a little bit harsh, you know. We're going to have to cut some people some dead slack, because I think we can only accept the highest potentials. We've got to be looking at those 94s. But we'll make a decision in the coming weeks and see how things go. As you can see, Ola John at this moment in time is really not happy with his role at the club. Doesn't feel he's getting a good opportunity to play. We'll have to see how that pans out, and it's time for a really good, in-depth squad report. Now, we're going to have a look at Danny Barrera. As you can see, he has gone up +3. Still 16 years old. Bear that in mind. He's still 16, and his statistics are looking really, really good. Callas has gone up +2, age 24. My God, that boy is fantastic. His standing tackle and his strength is just unbelievable. Kolka astounds me week in, week out. He is solid as a rock. Hit 86, gone up +1, which is fantastic. Bruno Martinelli, I think he's topped out. 84, I don't think he's going to go up any more, but he is a sensational defender. Look at Pogba, 24 years old, just gone up to 86, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, Lamela is hit 25 and is not going up. Some of his statistics are going up, but he's not going up. So I think we've topped him out. Adrian, 85, really has come to fruition this season. And look at this. Filippo Bonaperti has hit 89. Shot power, 95. Long shots, 95. So when he hits them from 40 yards, 45 yards, and they do fly in, that is the reason why. Not frickin' sliders. Because Filippo is a god. It is that simple. Look at his statistics. They are just unfreaking believable. The guy is a legend. The shot power of Gabbiadini has gone up +1. He's now on 94. We've got boys literally with hammers attached to their feet. It is just biblical. I have to use that word. I can't think of another word to describe the statistics that we get to witness. They are just biblical. Bloody biblical. Look at him. He is such a lad. I love him to bits. Destro struggling with an 86 shot power. But look at his finishing of 94. Inside that box, he is a bloody fox. He is a true fox in a box. He will bury it. Brilliant player. Really loving using him, actually. I've got to say. 86, though, I think we've topped him out. He doesn't seem like he is going to go up. He has had a good run of games. As you can see, Nicholas Tremble hasn't had many games, 17 years old. People have got to bear that in mind, that he's still a young player who we will be looking to loan him out. But Eduardo, that was Rocker. Rocker going up sensationally. Even Bassi is going up. I mean, he is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. His shot power's gone up +2 as well. The boys really have been working on shooting in training, 20, 30 yarders, hitting the ball from distance, and this is why their shot power is going up. They're prepared to take shots in games and in training. And look at this. Eduardo, 20 years old, has hit 81. Look at all of those statistics going up. He's got a beautiful blend of yellow and green. It is fantastic. Obviously, a couple of really dark greens, which I'm so overjoyed with. Obviously, we can forgive the reds. He's looking really good. But look at the statistics of Butland. 24 years old, rated 86. His statistics are just bloody awesome. I have no idea why he's playing bad. I can only put it down to the fact that he's just going through a phase. That's just that simple. Hopefully he'll come out the other side of it. Hopefully he'll be fantastic. Zemansky has hit 70 at age 16. He is going to be one hell of a bloody player. I really feel he's going to probably be the best left back. I'm even thinking he's going to move up to left midfield, to be honest. He's so good. Miguel is going up nicely, 75. Luke Shaw hit 78. He's got up +1, but he's injured, which is really, really annoying. We don't really want to look at too many of the other players because a lot of them will be departing the club. Busy Bizzit has hit 74 at 17. Fantastic player. His reactions, his vision. He's having a whale of a time in Barcelona, and Barcelona don't want to let him go. They're even considering an additional loan period and also considering buying him, but we won't worry about that. So we're going to have a look at now the West Ham United B team, and as you can see from the table, it's been a bit of a run of games for the lads. 9 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses, unfortunately. 30 points. They're 5 points off top, which is Northampton. 3 points behind Bradford City. And I've got to say, they've been doing really well. The boys have been doing fine. Robbo is still top of the goal scorers list. He's got 9 goals, which I think is absolutely fantastic for his first season. Bearing in mind, he's 16. Some of these lads are only 16, 17 years old. As you can see, Tremel and Busy are in there, hitting 4 goals apiece, which is fantastic. And again, 16, 17-year-old lads doing so fantastically. It's brilliant. Our boy Wabs, he's in on assists. I mean, look at this. Perk, Rocker, Robinson and Mills all on 2 assists apiece, which is absolutely fantastic. They're really doing well. The boys are really doing well. As you will see on the screen on the right hand side, it says, is it time West Ham brought in some homegrown talent into the club? So if you feel this is true, that you want to see some English players back in the club, feel free in the comments below to write down some of the top English players who you think we could approach. Be it strikers, as a club, we're open to doing deals with strikers. If it means sacrificing one of our strikers, we will do so. We will sacrifice a striker for perhaps an English striker, the likes of Welbeck, perhaps. Who knows? Have a look around the midfield, have a look on the wings, have a look at the centre backs. We're open to any area across the team because we want you guys to appreciate the talent we have as a country, and hopefully that will make my job easier. As you know, being the England manager, having a few England players in the team makes my life a lot easier. I've got the likes of Butland. I can see how he works every day. Kyle Walker, I get to see how he works every day. And it'd be nice to perhaps bring in a proper English striker. Not perhaps an old school English striker, a physical player, but someone with a little bit of elegance would be really, really nice. And I suppose the only player I can think of at the top of my head at this moment in time who's probably going to be around the correct age would be Welbeck. But Welbeck is very similar to a Destro. So if that was a deal we'd have to do, then let me know in the comments section below. But as I say, if you feel that we should be bringing in some English players or some homegrown talent, be them English or be them just from the Barclays Premier League, please let me know in the comments section below. I really, really look forward to reading those comments. And as you can see, the boys are doing fantastically. All the players are going up. Some of them are actually following in line to the actual main career, which is a little bit mad. Some of them aren't, obviously, because it's very difficult to get them to even compare to what happened in the main career and what's happening in the actual youth career, obviously with the ages. For some reason, some of them are aged by 2 years in like 3 weeks, which is really, really bizarre. I don't know how that happened, but you have to love and adore EA. So today's episode was a bit of a long one. I hope you do appreciate it's a long one, but I will be doing West Ham episodes every other day, so they probably will be slightly longer. Some of them be about 10, 15 minutes, some of them be a bit longer. But I hope you enjoyed that episode, guys, and if you did, then I look forward to reading your comments below regarding the transfers, because I love transfers. There'll be one more episode, and then we will be moving on to episode 17. And if you wish, episode 17 could be a live episode. So if you want that to be a live episode, let's see if we can get 175 likes on this video. Until then, I will catch you later.